Hey YouTube, we're back. Just a quick update. I've added some more coral and I've mounted my corals to the rocks. So last time was about a month ago, and some of these corals have been progressing nicely. This one right here, that green bird's nest, you can see it's a lot more lumpier and it's growing, and I put it in relatively the same position it was on the frag rack, up towards the top of the tank. This Monty was growing on the frag rack nicely, and I guess it was kind of growing inward, so the white lining around the edge was growing down and around. I guess it was doing that because of the way it was sitting on the frag rack. This Christmas one is doing well. I think its growth has some growth too. The Duncans are doing well. I've got the Duncan, and then on the side of the Duncans, which I didn't notice before, I've got two little baby Duncans coming up. My recent Zoa garden is doing well. Looks like I have some that might be spreading on the frags and onto the rocks. What else we have going on here? I think that's about it. I had an 8-can here that is doing well. And then I have a few additions. Oh, the trumpet's doing good. It's a little folded over right now. I'm not sure. Maybe this crab was messing with it. There's a crab right there. So then I added a few other corals, another trumpet. I got these a few days ago, the ones I'm mentioning right now. And they, I didn't even keep on the rack, but for like 3 or 4 days, I just kind of got anxious and wanted to set up my tank like a reef tank finally. The trumpet, it was a nice little frag for 15 bucks. Then I have this other Duncan, which I think I had that before in the last video. It's doing pretty good right now. Then I also got this Montipora here. I forgot what that one's called. And I got the Sophastria. See how these do. I got this hammer. It's a basic green hammer. And I think that's an 8-can or 8-can Lord or something like that. And over here's another 8-can. It's a pretty big one. It gets even bigger than that. It's pretty cool. And I think that's about it. Everything else is doing, that's the Cranberry Parites, I think it's called. And that one is the Mint Passalapora, I believe. And that's the Rainbow Echinata, one of those two. Man, I can't keep up with the names. Anyhow, they're doing good. The only one thing is I still haven't gotten that color back from my Carib Sea rock. It's still kind of greenish, but it's getting better. There was something here, a rock right there, sitting there, and I took it off, and underneath where the light wasn't showing is the original Carib Sea live rock color, which is like that. That's what it looks like when it's a new, fresh Carib Sea rock. But as it ages in your tank and algae take over, it kind of changes. You can see the coralline algae is taking off on the back wall, and a little bit more here and there on the rocks. I noticed since I went to the other frag shop and bought some frags, I got these stringy appearing type different kind of algae. I must have picked it up, and it's kind of spreading a little bit. It looks like, it's like some of them are like long hairs, but it's going away. So that's a good thing. I'm not sure what it is. It could be like a dino or something. I'm not sure. It's thin hair. All the fish are doing well. They think they're gonna get fed. They're always hungry. I think these two have decided that the one right here with the black shoulders is the female, and the smaller one, he's smaller now, it's the male. And they get along pretty good. This guy's doing well. The Cardinal's doing fine. The Lawnmower Blenny is doing well. And who else is in here? The Firefish is hiding in his hole. He'll come out whenever he feels like it. And the Molly is doing good. He seems a little skittish, but he's doing all right. His coloration looks like he's got a lot of, like a little bit of white on his forehead, like fish head rot. I forgot what they call that. Maybe it's like a bacteria or something. He eats crazy and he swims around all day long, and so I'm not sure what's going on with him, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. So that's about it. I'll give a little backup view here. The lights I have, oh yeah, lights. I have a actinic Geeseman light, actinic, not the true actinic, but there's a Firefish. Boom. Geeseman, actinic, and then I have a couple of their other colors, and I have their purple. So the purple, the actinic, and then I have the Azure blue and the coral, Azure and the coral pro, I think it's called. And I'm not really too happy with the colors. I don't get as much fluorescence as I would like when just the blues are on, because my blues include a white one, and it also includes a blue, which is the actinic. So I got a couple more bulbs. I've got a Blue Plus, ATI Blue Plus, which I'll put with the Geeseman actinic and run those to start. And then I have a Blue Plus ATI, which I'll replace with the other Geeseman white light, like Azure or Coral Pro, I think it's called. I'm not sure what it's called, but I'll take that out and I'll run the Coral Plus ATI and the Geeseman Purple. I think that'll give me a little bit better what I'm looking for to show off some of the pop when there's just the blues are on. I think that'll give me a little bit more blue, and we'll see how it goes. Other than that, the water's pretty clear. Everybody's doing really well. Some corals are growing, some are staying the same, and that's about it. All right, have a good day.